Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, it's the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy. And over on Twitch, we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099.
And I'm your host, the internet's Tayrel713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
Yo, Busta Rhymes, the imperial lyrical you heard, kill like the one syllable word. The criminal of the lyrical killing you pitiful. Niggas leaving you in a critical, destroy your mineral. Back when I was scrambling in front of the deli, live on a celly which was in the street whipping on shiny Pirelli. Now every millisecond I try to reckon with niggas for jacking. Like they really thug and I ain't even checking. How niggas could try to act like they really had them foul niggas. Fuck with now niggas, better bow niggas. For moderation, niggas go into hibernation while I legally chase the situation of hypernation. Now that we credible, I require a busy schedule, collecting federals being put on a pedestal. While we clean and we keep on feeding you, you know the meaning. Start to holler and screaming until your stomach start bleeding. The next shit. No. If you know that, you're a real good, you're a real underground hip hop kind of head. That's some Pharaoh shit. With a dope ass Busta Rhymes verse, as you can hear. Hello, welcome to it. Stays Crunchy and Milk. It's episode 478. And I gotta tell you, there's not really much I can do with that number this week. So sorry. Only thing 478 was popping up as is a Georgia zip code that either is going to exist or it does exist now. It's whatever. So not a lot of fun to be had with that particular number. My apologies.
Have they said what our new area code is going to be?
I have no idea. I love that they like, these motherfuckers is the 216. The rest of y'all can't be. I'm joined by my best friends as always. It's Tatum 216.
in the building.
Slushbox 2099.
All right, here we go. I want to feel your heart and soul inside of me. Let's make a deal. You roll, I lick. And we can go flying into ecstasy. Oh, darling, you and me. Light my fire, blow my flame. Take me away. Yeah.
That the take me away. No?
Nope.
Okay. All right, I don't know what that was.
Tony Braxton, you're making me high.
Making me
That was a great video.
I obviously I can't sing like she can. Like I'm a terrible singer, but like that the part light my fire, blow my flame, take me away,
baby. And it was everybody was in that video too. It was like all the ladies from Martin, from Living Single. That was such a good video.
Right. I hadn't even I guess I don't be thinking about the Tony Braxton vids, but I don't know, man. I be having weird, because some people like, y'all had MTV and BET because you had cable and I didn't. So my only thing I ever had a lot of times was the box. And like it was there, but it wasn't there. And
it depends on where you were and what
I could probably put that. I could probably throw the video on YouTube right now and be like, oh yeah, I remember every bit of this, or not, because
I remember the Unbreak My Heart video where she had that
Is that the one where she's in the shower?
She might have been in the shower. Yeah, she might have been in the shower crying. But I remember the dress she had on with her whole belly out. That was such a nice dress.
Yeah, I remember that video. And then the Making Me High is where she's like on the colored platform. It was like a mix between like a 90s dance video and like a soul R&B song.
Yeah, she had on the like the white cat suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See, I remember.
Light my fire, blow
Was
my
it?
flame, take me away.
It was that TLC video. I think it was a video for Creep. And at one point in that video, T-Ball's shirt flashing away. You kind of had some side titty action. Mm-hmm.
Was it Creep or the Red Light Special where they had on the flowy pajamas?
I think Creep. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The one that was in the jammers, in the silky jammers.
That's another thing about this generation that they'll never know the pain of trying to like jerk off to a music video, knowing you have a finite amount of time to get to the spot that you know is coming, and if you miss it, it's like there's no guarantee it's coming back around anytime soon.
The weird part or the random part of that is, why were we trying to finish at a specific scene?
That's the fantasy.
That's the whole point.
I know, but why? What made us think that's the thing we should be doing? It's like, I guess.
Because we didn't have options back then.
I know, but I don't know.
I guess I'm going to jack off to Dancing by Mother by Dancing. Let me hurry up before it comes on.
Like, the internet was really kind of starting to take off around this time, but I remember when that Sean Paul Beyonce Baby Boy video came out, where she was like on the desert beach. Ooh. Yeah, and like, man, like that was like the epitome of music video jerking back then for me. But there was stuff before that, like I can't say that I was a master at it, but I won't sit here and lie and say I never tried either.
You were a master.
Now, like kids these days have a phone where you could like pause, rewind, fast forward. It's there at a moment's notice whenever you want. They don't know what it's like to have to like watch TRL and hope that they're going to play the video on the countdown that day.
So I was on TikTok. It was quite a while ago, about a month or two ago, and then it said in the like in the bar or the comments, like put the speed to such and such. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that.
Can you do that in TikTok?
Yeah, you touch it long hold, and it gives you options to play the video at a certain speed.
All right, I just turned down my phone, so y'all shouldn't hear anything. And I sent this one to my kid earlier because I thought he'd be finding it interesting. So it's anyway. I'm gonna send it to you right now so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. I think this is a neat.
You long hold, go down to play speed, and you can speed it up or slow it down.
Long hold, and the options I have here are report, not interested, why this video, save this video, turn off captions, duet, stitch, clear mode, live photo, share a gift. So I don't have a speed situation.
Yeah, it's right under like why it's playing a long hold, and it's under play. It says play speed. I don't know why, but maybe
it may be an Android thing. Well, let's see. Hold on. I do got a little menu right here, and that's like to various places I can send it to. But yeah, none of those are play speed. No, I don't have that option. Neat.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm perfectly pleasant with it. I'm not. It's not. I never knew it was there, so therefore it is not.
Well, the only time I ever sped up media is when I was listening to audiobooks. I would listen to them at like 1.25 because like we like listen to like Game of Thrones book that's like 800 pages. You would still get the full effect of what you were listening to or quote unquote reading.
Yeah.
But it would cut out a lot of the dramatic pauses and gaps and shit in dialogue, so you get through it faster, but you're still getting the same thing.
Yeah,
I've been doing that lately. I'm still from last week. I'm still working on that
the Lakers
the Lakers book. I got 2 hours and 11 minutes left, so I knocked out 16 hours so far.
Nice. I am I guess such an audiophile, but that seems a little much. That I simply cannot. Like I'm so touchy about, especially with being a record guy, like getting my speed just right and so forth. That I need to hear it at its appropriate speed, and I keep motherfucking moving. So I be on it like that. I could never go fast. But that's because I don't, and also I don't listen to much of anything that like says to me like that. That has to be wrapped up sooner than later. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, some of those, like the one Stephen King book, I think was 11/24/64.
So,
That bad boy is like 24 hours. So putting it up to like 1.25 or 1.15, like it fucking helps because like you want to get to the story, but like, but man, it's I would love to listen to that again, but I don't think I ever would.
yeah, but that's it's interesting that you want it. I don't know. You're going to get through it quicker or get through. I'll be like, that's a 8 hours of my workday handled right there. You know what I'm saying?
It'll still be 7.5. I mean, but like sometimes what happened to me if I get like a good book or a good podcast going, like my family suffers. They definitely do. Because like I'll go to the like if I go to the grocery store, I'll just start like walking around, taking my time. Oh, let me go back here, or like I'll take my time washing dishes because I'm in a whole nother world. Like I'm learning about mosquitoes and fuck your glass of water right now. I'm trying to listen to this book.
Yeah, no, I'll play my book. I'll just take my phone everywhere. I set it on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Be like just like you said, load the dishwasher. Got my book playing over there. I'm cooking. I done took it over there by the stove, and you know what I'm saying. I just tears what it is. I earned it. Trust me. I ain't got a lot this week. I do got one news story that I found interesting because I had it had this story has showed up on I'm from Cleveland, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was I was looking through the stories, so the other news stories, and it popped up, and I was like, oh, I'm glad to have a follow up on that. So this is from Business Insider. It's just like I don't know who owns Business Insider, but they do everything. But this says this is Sindhu Sundar and is the on the byline. A Cleveland law firm fired a lawyer over his text to a female attorney accusing her of collecting a salary from the firm while sitting on your ass during maternity leave. And we got some highlights here. A Cleveland law firm fired a partner after one of his text messages to a coworker was posted online. The partner's text berated a female attorney for leaving the firm after her maternity leave. A leader of the firm said in a statement that he was disappointed at the conduct. And here's the actual story. It's a pretty large font. You could go back pretty quick. Imagine this at 1.25. A law firm in Cleveland terminated one of its partners after a text message he said was posted online that shamed a former colleague for leaving the firm after her maternity leave. The firm, Zashin and Rich, confirmed in a LinkedIn post on Tuesday that it let go of former partner John Delino. The text in question, which he sent a female attorney, read in part, "What you did, collecting salary from the firm while sitting on your ass, except to find time to interview for another job, says everything one needs to know about your character," according to a screenshot of the message shared online. In the law firm's post, co-managing partner Stephen Zashin wrote that the firm made the decision to terminate Delano after discussions with its attorneys and clients, calling it a sad and challenging time for our firm. "I apologize to my former colleague who received the inappropriate text, and I'm disappointed that this happened on my watch," Zashin said in his statement. Delano had told the news outlet Cleveland.com that he sent the message and acknowledged that the text had been inappropriate and disrespectful, according to its report on Tuesday. Zashin didn't provide further comment beyond the statement in the firm's LinkedIn post, and Delano didn't respond to a LinkedIn message on Wednesday morning. The text message drew attention after another attorney, Kelly Barnett, posted about it on LinkedIn on Tuesday, saying that its recipient, who is unnamed, had shared it with her. Barnett wrote that she posted the message with its recipient's approval, but didn't identify the attorney who shared it, describing her only as a female associate who received the text earlier this month. Delano's message had essentially berated his colleague for taking another job soon after returning from maternity leave. Barnett wrote that the attorney who received the text had also been asked and expected to perform legal work even while on maternity leave. Barnett wrote that the episode demonstrates some of the persisting forms of discrimination that women in the legal profession still endure, and called on law firms to address the true workplace culture behind the words and pictures on firms' websites and marketing materials. It's defined by boots on the ground reality taking place in firm halls, offices, and conference rooms, Barnett wrote in her post. The post appears to be resonating with women attorneys and executives on the platform, drawing more than 2,000 comments. Barnett did not immediately respond to a LinkedIn message Wednesday by Insider. So, like I said, I saw the text messages themselves on I'm from Cleveland, which is a dope Instagram follow if you are from the city of Cleveland, or just get down with people in the city of Cleveland. And I thought, wow, that's crazy. Like I said, the story popped up, and I was like, oh, cool, some follow up. But now, as I go through this story, did y'all know LinkedIn was popping like this for teen spelling?
No, I did not know that.
No.
That's wild. Maybe I'm using LinkedIn wrong.
Well, I know LinkedIn is the new Facebook. So.
So I only thing I do on LinkedIn is somebody will be like, I want to make a connection with you, and I'm like, okay, I used to work with you, or I still do work with you, and I'm like, that's fine. There's nothing else really popping on my LinkedIn. I have not updated it in yours. There's a nice picture of me on there, but yeah, it's not really.
I get emails for it all the time. But I haven't logged into LinkedIn in probably 9 years.
Yeah, the other day, Wade was asked to connect, and I was like, oh yeah, why were we not connected on LinkedIn already? So nothing to that. And so I connect with him and a bunch of other, like I said, OGs from the gig, and who had been let go either recently or had left in years past. So that's all it is. I don't talk to anybody. I don't message people on that. Like nothing like that. I didn't know LinkedIn was the place to be for all this hot delicious tea, but apparently it's the lick. So there you go. Maybe you are using LinkedIn correctly and can tell us some things. I'm saying, so if you are, and you listen to this and you get down with the get down, let us know, because I respect it. But that's about it. That's the only news I really pulled for you. It was a hyper local story, and so I kept the motherfucking moving. And you know what it is? I passed the Dutchie upon my left hand side over to my man Ant. It's you, baby. What's good? Have it.
So, today, like the other day, I was watching one of those mini Instagram videos, and the guy was like, "Man, the whatchamacallit is like a good ass candy bar." I'm like, you know what it is? So I've been making a mistake for, I'm not gonna say years now, but I do like whatchamacallit.
Yes.
But being a man of some means, occasionally I can afford $1.79. So I was like, man, let me go for the king size.
Okay, that's too much.
That's what I have been going for. Don't get ahead of yourself. So today I grabbed a regular size whatchamacallit. I've been fucking up all these years. Well, no, I'm not going to say years. I've been fucking up when I bought one a couple months ago. I tasted like a regular.
No, you were fucking up all those years because you were avoiding it, and now that you know you like it, you were fucking up on a different scale.
Well, I'm not gonna go ham, but so I had a regular whatchamacallit today. The proportions are what they're supposed to be.
Yep.
With the king size, it's too much of some things, not enough of others.
Yeah.
A regular size whatchamacallit is a well balanced bar.
I just was watching Mythical More a day or two ago, and they brought the EIC of Sport was on there, their little their food vertical, and they went over the year's best treats, and I believe whatchamacallit was the winner of the best candy bar. Maybe it was Take 5. I want to double check that before I lie to you, but I'm almost positive it was whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I've never had a Take 5. It doesn't interest me in the least.
Right.
Take 5 the one with pretzels in it?
Yeah. Take 5 is the hit, and Canadian Take 5 even better.
My grandmother loved those.
What's the difference between a Canadian and the stateside Take 5?
Better chocolate, more than likely.
Well, yeah, for sure. But it's also, the wrapper is green.
We have red, right?
Puffing on that green. Yeah. So yeah, I've not gonna like it's rare that I'll taste. I'm like, man, that is like, it's only a couple things, and this is my list as far as like good things and the size I think it's appropriate for. Now, I'm going to put the whatchamacallit, the regular size, not the king size, in that area. But one thing I do think that's king size, that's just the right proportions, or king size Twix. Now you get 4 in a pack, right?
Yeah.
And then the little Twix are just a little bit smaller, and it's like a pretty perfect proportion to save some for later for. Then I'm also gonna go Reese's either footballs or eggs. They have the most perfect crunchy, like especially you put in the fridge, like the perfect layer of chocolate to them. It's an abundance. It's very grand. It might as well be wearing a monocle. It's so good.
I feel like a lot of candy bars that have like king size versions, they don't necessarily make the bar bigger. They just give you like another one,
More.
Yeah, in the same pack. So then it's like you can eat one now, eat one later kind of situation.
Like, give me all the fries you can give me. Yeah, but like it's like okay, so Fifth Avenue king size is definitely like bigger. But see, that's the thing though. Like in these days and times when where 12 eggs is $5 most places ain't give you nothing better. Like it's rare that you find something that's like it's king size or family size or value size, and you actually getting the value.
My well, never mind. Scratch that.
Okay.
Value doesn't exist right now.
Have you gotten down with the who's it, what's it? Which is whatchamacallit's cousin coming a red wrapper?
Yeah, it don't got no. It's just like chocolate and peanut butter. Ain't no caramel or nothing in it.
It's chocolate. It's chocolate Krispies instead of peanut butter Krispies. I thought is it peanut butter in there? What is in the who's it? What's it? Who's it? What's it? Man,
if I had a candy bar, I would call it a whoopsie doodle.
What would be?
I actually think that might be an actual thing. So we need that. We'll have to look that up. Chocolatey crisp and peanut butter candy bar. Yeah, no caramel. It's peanut butter in there as opposed to peanut butter Krispies. So is what's popping with the. What'd you say? Whoopsie
Doodle.
Whoopsie doodle.
What? YT is looking up. What would you put in your perfect candy bar, Dan?
Man, it's tough because like I like so many different things. And I'm not sure how they would mesh. Like, I like caramel, I like nougat, I like peanut butter, I like chocolate.
So you like Snickers?
I do like Snickers. I would want like a crunchy toffee thing though. Like, that's too much. Like, too much teeth sensitivity triggers with that kind of shit. Like, I just want myself to be a little more nougaty. Man, it's tough because it's like almost every avenue's already been covered. You know. Like, they got covered like nuts.
Covered Avenue could be your candy bar. Covered Avenues.
Well, I mean, like realistically, in the candy game, like what's not done already? You know, like.
I mean,
I know so much is done, but what I guess what I feel like saying, what can be done better? What can be done well that currently is it's fine, but we want to do some things here.
I would like to try Snickers with different nuts, like different honey roasted nuts or something in them.
Like a honey roasted. What?
Like maybe try a honey roasted peanut, then try like a honey roasted almond or a honey roasted cashew. Just like switch it up a little bit.
You know what we got to get when we meet up next time? I sent you guys this, but like Walmart got like a like a candy bar for every like they got like the big head honchos. They got like a fake Snickers, a fake Twix.
Again, using sport, they talk about how oftentimes great value comes through as the better option
Woo.
for a lot of stuff, and I'm just be like, I be snubbing my nose at great value, and I need to stop.
You need to stop. I'm gonna tell you 3 great value things that is good as hell. One thing great value does better than like Pillsbury. So I have children. Sometimes I want to take the easy way out, and like I'll buy the cinnamon rolls. Now, when you buy a Pillsbury cinnamon roll, they lazily put the like the icing in
Yeah,
there,
and just a little bucket at
and
the end.
just bucket like, hey, little buddy, you take that cream. But Walmart's great value. It's in a little plastic pouch, just like a toaster strudel.
Strudel.
You can just cut it off. You can put it on there, nice for your family. They great values crescents are better than regular crescents. Their taste, they got a great buttery taste. They cook up nice, and great value has these berry cookies, and they cost a lot of fucking money too. Like $4 for a box of cookies. It's just like I must be balling out, or we got paid 3 times in that month or something. Cause $4 for this box of cookies, but it's a berry cookie, like it's berry in the crumb, and then it's like it's almost like a little macaron, but it's not. But it's very good. And I feel like they're the great value cinnamon graham crackers bang super hard.
Well, the thing about like great value brands is like a lot of their merchandise with that label is outsourced from companies that already produce those items themselves for like their own label. Like, I mean, I think I mentioned this one time before, but the frozen vegetable company that does like street corn and they do like rice cauliflower and stuff like that, Tattooed Chef. In like I've was looking at them on the stock market and I've read some stuff about the company, and they really decided to ramp up their own labels production by cutting back on the label merchandise that they would do for Walmart. So like, you go to Walmart and maybe you get like great value Mexican street corn or something like that, when in reality that was just like Tattooed Chef's version or whatever, but they would sell it to Walmart to brand it.
Yeah.
So they could be like Pillsbury could be making the same cinnamon rolls that Walmart's selling, but then doing their own, like.
So but the only thing about that is why is it better?
I mean, like maybe they just don't do it the exact same way. Maybe they cut a corner, or they make it the production cheaper somehow. And it's not to say that it's necessarily Pillsbury doing that specific item.
Yeah.
But it could be like a company that like maybe does supply for Pillsbury, and they have the capability of producing it, and they don't want to produce their own because it'd be like a competition thing. So maybe they just sell stock to like Walmart.
It's like a Pillsbury ghost kitchen. It's like, all right,
kinda, yeah.
Y'all done for the night. We can make our shit.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, because I don't think it's like Walmart. I don't think has like food factories that they own or anything like that. I could be wrong. But I mean, I know they obviously have supply companies for the packaging and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure they just outsource the production of those items to other companies that specialize in those areas.
But I still need you to finish. What would be your grand candy bar idea?
Well, I just said it'd basically be a copy of the Snickers, but I want to experiment with different nuts.
Okay,
because I like peanut butter, like the Reese's Cups and Snickers are probably like my 2 favorite candies. So it's like it's gonna be hard for me to veer out of that realm because like I don't know how well you could really mix the two, like because that'd be a lot going on then. Like I feel like with the nuts, like having then peanut butter in it too would be a little much maybe. So like I would want to like have some sort of experiment with like different variations of nuts in the Snickers. I mean, there's just so many nuts to get like in the world, and like we just basically stick to peanuts. I don't know if that's like a scientific thing, like maybe they like, they roast up a certain way or something like that, or it's cost.
The beans are cheap, bro. The legumes be doing what they do.
All right, so Great Value's original mac and cheese is made by Kraft. Great Value water is made by Ozen Nation. Great Value zipper bags are made by Ziploc. Great Value yogurt, Greek yogurt, is made by Dannon. Great Value buttermilk biscuits, doesn't say. Great Value Dairy Whip is made by Ready Whip. Great Value ice cream is made by Walmart. Great Value peanut butter is made by Conagra Foods. Great Value thick and chunky salsa is made by Conagra Foods. Great Value milk is made by Walmart. Great Value coffee is made by Sara Lee.
The frozen pastry company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that company has some layers to it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they all do. I didn't realize they had that same kind of division. Yeah, so see, like a lot of the companies are like kind of like creating their own competition in a way, but I'm sure they have some sort of contract with Walmart for like a kickback or special pricing or something.
Oh, you know what? I'm a liar. Sara Lee is traded on the New York Stock Exchange as Sara Lee, SLE. It is not under somebody else's banner. Everything is falling under its banner, and that thing is like Ballpark Franks, Jimmy Dean sausage, Hillshire Farms, Conn's Meats, a bunch of shit, man. Holy smokes! Don't fuck with Sara Lee.
Sara Lee, bitches.
That's wild. Word to Downers Grove, Illinois. Downers Grove. Why do I know that? What play took place in Downers Grove? Come on, y'all. Do it for me. Come on.
I can't help you because I know where I think of Downers.
Oh, Utz makes value potato chips.
Okay.
Peter Pan makes their peanut butter.
Downers Grove.
Dude, we're 5 minutes into this Cavs game, and every time I look up, the Cavs are dunking, but then I look at the score and they're down 20-11. 5 minutes into the fucking game.
McCormick makes their spices. Conagra makes their flour. Sara Lee makes their K-Cups. Kraft makes their mayonnaise.
Does it kind of make you wonder what it is about like Walmart that they're able to like gangster squeeze all these companies into doing this? Like what kind of deals they're cutting? Is it just the sheer mass of like retail space that they need to get into? So like they have no choice but to kiss the ring.
Yeah, like Walmart has like a very interesting like way of doing business. Like there's no other business that doesn't pay for anything.
They
like I know that so, like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say they are in nearly every state the largest employer in that state. They literally move the economy. When Walmart moves, everything moves. So like if Tide is going to cost what it's going to cost, it costs that because Walmart said it's going to cost that. People follow Walmart. Companies follow Walmart, not the other way. No, Walmart don't follow nobody. And it's wild how much scruff they got. So, De La Soul finally going to get their stuff on wax. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll own it, so they'll own whatever. So they're going to release 3 Feet High and Rise in March. Walmart gets a version of that album. Well, I went to go buy that record from De La directly. It cost $10 more from De La directly than it cost me from Walmart. And I ended up buying the Walmart version because they have a Walmart exclusive colorway, which is peach.
Oh, nice.
And but they have such massive influence over every aspect of our life that we just don't be knowing. They are big in a way that I don't think it makes that people understand. And it's funny to have heard them recently complaining about shrinkage and theft.
Yeah.
Because Walgreens recently just had to finally come out and admit, like, yeah, we probably overstated what was happening with shrinkage in our company. And we're fine with what it is right now. And we'll probably start laying off all the extra security we hired when we were wilding, talking about we was getting robbed by too damn much. As it turns out, their shrinkage is probably about 1.5 to 2%, which they said is perfectly in line with anybody else, and is kind of expected. So
Yeah, I think Walmart said they it's like $3 billion a year in shrinkage.
I guess I'd be worried. I mean, I guess I could be shocked by it, but I'm like,
Oh no,
what's Walmart's profit margins?
yeah, it's like 152 billion.
Yeah, eat a bag of dicks. You,
I mean, and like shrinkage isn't just stealing; it's like stuff getting damaged. It's a lot
yes,
of different stuff. Like it's just like in the way things ship and nowadays, like when you making you cutting corners everywhere. Um, like when okay, so corn pops are going to be extinct pretty soon. Like they're going to stop making corn pops.
yeah,
So I went to the store, get my partner a box, and I was at Walmart. The first like 6 boxes was like all fucked up. I was like, I can't bring these boxes home. We got respectability politics here. Um, so I had to go like 6 boxes back to get a nice looking box for her last box of pops. So it's little stuff like that, like where sometimes or like this when they write off. I'm sure they write this off as probably a shrinkage, like or stuff they toss out. Like they usually send like the cakes that's about to go bad to homeless shelters
yeah.
or to like food banks. They write that stuff off as shrinkage. I'm sure they do that the same thing for that. Like when that cake about to go bad, they just don't sit it on the shelf. They mark it down, and when it don't get marked down, they give it away.
I write my shrinkage off too.
It was just cold weather, baby.
It's cold.
Oh, fuck. The name of the play was Our Town. I could not remember
Our
to save my
Town.
life. Our Town takes place in Downers Grove. And
Is that what the song was based off of?
No.
I thought that was a Cleveland thing.
Yeah, it's they describe it on Wikipedia as a meta theatrical 3-act play by Thornton Wilder, and also as a Pulitzer Prize winning joint. I just remember I remember Downers Grove being such a part of that place. So that's interesting. It's basically about growing up in town. This boy and this girl fall in love. Goes through their life as in school and then getting married and then dying.
Oh.
and like there's a narrator throughout the play or whatever. They describe it as the stage manager who has these asides and monologues throughout. So it's a very cool play. It's ancient. It's definitely from Jim Crow era. Not that it takes place in the Jim Crow situation, but it's old like that. Is all I'm saying. So, and in fact, it's old and takes place even older. So it's like from 1938 when the play, but the play takes place from 1901 to 1913. Our Town. If you know, you know. All right. Box, you was about to say something, and I know you may not remember, but if you do remember, we were talking about Walmart, and you were delving into...
I do remember.
Okay.
I was going to say, my buddy works in shipping, and
Yeah.
he talks about how Walmart and Amazon try to abuse the shipping industry by, like, not being willing to pay the prices. They try to bully the truck drivers and the trucking companies into basically taking their freight for whatever the fuck they're willing to pay for it because they're so big and they feel like the trucking companies can't survive without their business, so they'll just do whatever they want. And during like COVID, like a lot of them were like, "Nah, fuck you. We're not going to take this for like pennies on the dollar. Eat a bag of dicks," which was another part of the reason why we were having shortages everywhere.
Child turkey ass, but that's what I said. Walmart is they evil, man. And like no, I know. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. It's just a fucked up situation. But they evil in a real particular type of way, It's like, damn, man, y'all terrible. And it's so unnecessary to be that terrible. The last check, we were down by 3. What we looking like now, Bucks?
We're down by 1, and Ricky Rubio is about to check in for the first time this year.
In a year.
Oh,
welcome
yeah.
back. Very good.
Congratulations, Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, he's at the scoreboard table right now.
I hope he rips off his pants in a fancy manner.
I hope he just looks at the camera and smiles because he's handsome as fuck.
Did I tell you I seen him at the Gap outlet?
You did.
It's gonna be a long couple. It's gonna be a long road ahead from what I seen.
In what way?
I don't know. He shouldn't be shopping at the Gap outlet. He could have went to the regular Gap.
Hey man,
It's just a man who knows how to save his money.
Yeah, a man knows his value, so it is what it is.
The value of B jeans, B grade jeans is what he values.
Shit, I would Target clearance jeans for the longest.
Yeah,
those are still A jeans though.
Where he from? He might have people he said some clothes to.
He's from Spain.
Oh, I mean, it ain't really popping like that. Spain is fine.
I mean, like when you play for a sports team, you just get like unlimited free shirts and shit. Just like, send like a Gaylord of Cavs shirts back home or something.
Is that a measure?
No, Gaylord is a shipping box.
Oh, look at you. Tell me more about this shipping box.
And Dooney Brooks.
It like when you see like freight and it's in the giant cardboard containers, those are Gaylords.
I'm looking at Gaylords right now. Fascinating.
I learned that when I worked at Goodwill. That was what our stock was in. Like we got donations, we would put them in. We would separate it into clothing Gaylords and then wares Gaylords, and then they would get moved over to the tables and processed through.
There seems to be a specific manufacturer of Gaylords as well. So ain't like that. Everybody out here.
Yeah, they used to bitch at us for cutting holes in them because that's the thing. Like, we'd put stuff in them and then they'd want us to like clear through them, but like it's hard to like get down and reach into one of them motherfuckers. So like what we would do is we would set up permanent ones next to like the tables, and we would cut holes in the sides so that we could reach in and get through to the stuff. But like we used to get bitched at for that because they would like complain about how expensive they were and whatnot. And like also too, when you cut them like that, they lose structural integrity, so you can't really use them for shipping after that point. So the company wasn't too happy about that because you had to pay like the $200,000 bonuses to the presidents and whatnot.
I mean, as we know from your time there, and as we know even now, that's a terrible company. Yeah. It's only gotten worse with its current CEO. So fuck Walmart.
I didn't work for Walmart. I worked for Goodwill.
I mean, Goodwill. I was mad at Walmart still. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can't be fucking Walmart. I might need a job there someday.
At the same, chill out, man. We really over here. Well, by we mean I am really over here shooting barbs at capitalism tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not angry with capitalism per se, but I do be not fucking around with bullshit.
Yeah, like I keep on seeing these videos. Like it was today I seen one where there was like just going through thrifting, and it was like, man, they're more expensive than Gabrielle Brothers now. Like it was these like regular ass pair of like work pants, like no tag in them. They looked at least 34 years old, and they were $19.99. Like you back in the day, you go to a Goodwill that is straight up $2.
I was told the other day that the Goodwill I used to work at moved.
Yeah, it moved over by the Giant Eagle on Transportation Boulevard.
Yep. I was like, man, maybe I need to go check it out. I mean, it's been over 10 years now. I'm sure they don't remember firing me.
Surely.
The people that were there back then, like hopefully they're not still there.
There's no way anybody is still there.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone into other Goodwill since then. But yeah, I definitely never went back to that one.
Yeah, that shop is turned over probably like 100 times in your absence. You know what I'm saying? Just new employee. So yeah, man. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for all that. Ed, you took us on a ride there, bruv.
Whatchamacallits, what can I say?
Hey, bruh. Whatchamacallits, who's it, what's it? Get down with the get down, y'all. In regular size, not king.
In our town.
Hey, but king. If you need a king size king, get you a king size.
Hey. That's respected. Box man, we passed the baton over to you, bro. Keep running.
What was the group in high school was a color guard that would do the batons and the flags and shit. Man. Anywho, so I guess like what I have to say tonight is some sort of life lesson for people, and that is to communicate with your family. Like, so my mom and my stepdad came over on Saturday to like bring me a Christmas gift, and my mom just wanted to check on me because she hadn't seen me in a while, and she doesn't drive anymore. Stepdad was here, and it was funny. He tried to gaslight me a little bit, and I called him out on it, and he like admitted it. So the last time they were here was back in October when they like were a couple weeks after my birthday. They stopped by, and we had switched out the stove that was in the kitchen from that the previous owner had left behind and was using. We finally put the gas one in, and my stepdad wants to take the old one to scrap it. And so like I had it all ready. Like we had talked about it on the phone at the beginning of that week. So it's in my dining room, and it's there. It was waiting on him to take. And then he shows up, and he's like unprepared to take it. And I'm like, but we talked about this on the phone. And it was like, oh, well, I don't have my truck and yada, yada. I'm like, so you didn't think at any point to just like say that, you just like led me to believe that you were going to take this damn stove and didn't come and you came in unprepared. But okay. So then he shows up like, with my mom on Saturday, and he goes, so when's that stove be ready for you to take? And I'm like, that fucking stove was ready for you to take 3 months ago. I'm like, it's in the same spot it was when I told you to take it last time. I'm like, you were just trying to gaslight me right now and act like I'm the holdup when it's your fault. And then he like looked at me and he looked at my mom and he went, yeah, you're right. But but that's not the point of where I'm going with this. So as everyone on the show that listens to the show knows, I grew up like living with my grandmother, and I would see my dad like on the weekends, and like I didn't see my mom much growing up. So like my relationship with my family is like an ever evolving thing. Like I don't know a tremendous amount of things about people in my family, like on a personal level. I don't know like a ton of family history. Part of that's just because like I don't remember a lot of the shit that my dad's mom tried to tell me because it was like she'd be showing me pictures of people that died like 60 years before I was ever born, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna remember any of this. But like my mom's mom, the one that had custody of me, like I spent like most of my adolescent life with that woman, and after my mom was here the other day, I realized just like how little I actually knew about her. Cause like my mom was telling me stuff that like I never knew, and it was like kind of shit that like she just kept hidden. As far as like she was on like anxiety medication and like for different stuff, and she had diabetes and high blood pressure, and like I mean obviously I knew that stuff like, at the end, like the last couple of years, because she like had the stroke, and then they found she had diabetes like after that and stuff. But like she was the type of person that like wouldn't say anything if something was wrong, and like I guess like she went through a lot of the anxiety stuff before I was ever born. So I guess like she was on medication after that, but it was like I knew she had like a pill box and she had like stuff that she took and whatnot, but like I didn't know what the stuff she took was for. I didn't even know what the pills were. I just knew she had pills that she got, like her prescriptions, and that she took them. Like we never talked about it. So it was like all these things that she went through that I was just unaware of the entire time she was alive, And it was like I always just thought she had like quirks about her, like anybody would, like no fears or whatever. Some of it I thought was like irrational, but now I kind of understand more about it. But I kind of wish that like I had known more about it back then, when like maybe I could have like talked to her about it, like maybe offered some comfort or something, And so it's like I think about that, and then I think about how like I've never really had like deep personal conversations up until last year with my mom, and even then, those like only been a couple. Like I don't hear from everybody that much, and then like I went like most of my life like without having like life conversations with my dad. So I guess like I just want to reiterate to people that like don't take things for granted, especially like now when I turn around and it's like every day I wake up and it's like somebody else is dead.
Yeah.
Like today it was like before we did the show, Anthony said the thing about Lisa Marie Presley passing away.
Yeah.
This afternoon my buddy comes in, he's like, oh man, that food TikTok guy that you send me all the time passed away. And I'm trying to think like which one. I watch a few. And my first thought was like Johnson voiceovers. I was like, oh fuck, he died. But then like when he sent me the TikTok of the dude saying that he passed, I was like, oh man, that guy, like the waffler guy, the one that like would eat shit off of VHS tapes and stuff. I was like, he was weird, but he was funny,
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, fuck, man, like, huh?
So I'll have to look him up.
I've sent you guys stuff from him before. He was like the chubby white guy with the curly hair. He always looked sweaty, and he would like.
Oh, the one you sent earlier today?
Yeah, they were saying that he passed away. Like he had a heart attack last night.
Oh, that sucks.
And like
he talks a little funny.
He was like Cajun.
That dude.
Yeah, like
Oh fuck! I didn't know that's who had passed away. I didn't put two and two together with that.
Yeah, not the stale cracker guy, but the one that like he would eat like the different hot dogs, or he would try like old cereal or something like that.
No, I don't. But that sounds like a good time. But
yeah.
I'm sure you said this before, but I know what you're saying. The point is, these days, man, as you get older,
it's like you don't. We all want time, and it's the only thing you don't know how much you have. Nothing's guaranteed. Yeah. So I guess just like don't try not to keep things hidden from people. Let people in as best you can. Like you still have to protect yourself, but like with your family and everything, like I wish that like the stuff I know now I knew then, and some of it like I guess I don't know if it's like my fault because like you can't make someone tell you something that you don't know exists.
Yeah.
But still, like, I wish that, like, she had maybe talked to me about it or something, because, like, who knows? Like my mom was telling me that, like, my grandmother had the stroke and then she died of a heart attack in the end. Her mom died of a heart attack or stroke, one of the two, I forget what she said. Yeah. And then my mom has, like, high blood pressure and takes meds. My dad had a heart attack. My grandfather had a stroke. So it's, like, these kinds of things where I, like, I wish my like family would talk to me a little bit about it, like when I was younger, so that I kind of understood where like my life would be heading a little bit. But here I am now, like approaching like my 40s, and now everyone wants to be fucking honest with me. It's a little shell shocking.
No. I realize that is it almost leads you down a path to be infuriated, but also you have to understand that
I'm not mad. I'm scared.
Well, for sure. But your role is in this situation. You are the child. We don't put shit like that on our children. We're not supposed to. And you're looking at it now through adult eyes, like, man, you should have told me this shit. Well, yeah, I guess, but not until you got around the age where telling you meant something, and that's now. Telling you as a child, you couldn't have done anything. You couldn't have done anything to help your grandmother's anxiety. I doubt you would have been able to do anything about, what I'm saying, her blood pressure or anything like that there. It wasn't your responsibility or your reason, and I don't want you shouldering that shit. Like, yeah, man, I probably could have, because no, you couldn't have. You were the child, and that was what your relationship was, a child and parent relationship.
She was supposed to take care of you.
And she did.
And part of like not telling, like, it's a lot of stuff that like, I wish I could have talked to my grandmother about, but I'm glad like me and my mom have a relationship where I can just call her up and be like, man, what happened here? She's like, well, let me tell you. now that I'm old enough, it's like we can talk about things like what's the real reason we had to get up in the middle of the night and go to Pittsburgh and stay at this little hotel? Because Uncle Chris got in trouble in college and it was real bad. So
In that vein, my kid asked me, basically asked how my mama ended up in Michigan because I was born in Michigan, and I was like, shit, I don't know. I'm gonna ask. And so I asked my mama recently and got it chopped up to me as how she got with my father and ended up in Michigan and so forth and so on because it was a story I had never heard before. And she was like, "Yeah, none of y'all ever asked me that before." And I was like, "Well, that there you go, makes perfect sense because no one would have thought to ask. We just exist." And so again, boxing, we are you are right on time. We are all in that kind of state where we're like, let's get some questions answered. You know what I'm saying, and find out some information right now because like Ed just said, what the hell happened here? What was going on right here, and why did it go like that? And do you have some kind of reason or answer for me that maybe I could have for myself, but also hopefully pass on down the line? And so I'm with you, but also and I'm not saying you are doing this. I just don't want you to be doing. I don't want you putting that shit on your shoulders like you could have did some shit you couldn't have. You were a kid.
I mean, it's not that I felt like I could have like saved anyone or stopped anything, but like, maybe I could have like been a comforting shoulder, so maybe someone wouldn't have had to carry a burden all
but
alone.
You were. You were probably what made everything nice.
Cohesive.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, your grandma had a day, but she got to come home to her baby and be like, well, boy, let's make some food and chop it up for a little bit.
Make food, my grandmother.
I mean, hey,
by food you mean warm up a Stouffer's dinner.
Go get that bag of dandies out the closet and let's chop. Let's see how your day went. And then you were probably to it. I'm going to say you were certainly a source of joy for her, and that's hype, man. That's like you were that, not knowing you were that, and so it's okay. It's okay to like, man, I could have, yeah, you could have. Turns out you probably did. I can't say it with 1,000% certainty, but you did. Yeah, you did because you don't know you did because apparently you don't know that. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't know what was going on back then because she would get mad at me about the weird things. It would always be like, "Why aren't you talking to me?" And I'm like, "Well, we're not having a conversation, so like, there's nothing. If you want to talk about something." Because it was like when I had to move in with my dad, it was like I'd go play Magic and shit like that, but like I'd still come over and visit, and then like I'd be over there, and she'd be like, "Oh, you go hang out with your friends and you talk to them, but you come here, you can't talk to me," and I'm just like, "What do you want me to say?"
Like I'm a teenage boy, and you're an older woman. There's not really a lot.
Well, but that was the problem, was that like she, I was all she had really at that point.
Yeah.
And so like I'd come over there and just hang, but like it's like I didn't know what the fuck you want. Like I'm just here, like hanging out, watching TV, playing on the computer. Like you're watching TV. Like what the fuck you want me to talk to you about? It was like that would happen all the time, and then I'd be like, all right, fuck it, I'll just go home. Like let's go. I'm tired of getting yelled at for doing nothing. Yeah. But like that was probably part of her thing, like stuff that I just didn't understand. I just thought she was just being irrational.
For sure. But also, what I'm saying, remember, man, we are all the stars of our own show. Your grandma had a life outside of you. It might not have been the biggest deal or whatever like that, but you know what I'm saying? She might have had.
See, that was the thing. She cut herself off from like a lot of stuff because of what she went through. Yeah. Like she didn't go places with people. Like that was why she liked going to the grocery store, or going to a restaurant, because then at least like it was something she liked that she was comfortable with. There were some people there, but she didn't go to friends' houses. She like the entire time that I was alive, she never dated anybody. Yeah. Like my mom wasn't around for a long time because she was dealing with her problems. So like my grandmother would go to work and then she'd come home and she'd watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, maybe some like murder mystery shows like America's Most Wanted, that kind of shit. Then she'd go to bed and then she'd do the same shit the next day, Monday through Friday. And then like on the weekends on Saturday, like we'd go shopping or something because she liked to do that. Yeah. Some days We would just kind of be at home most of the time. Sometimes we go out, but that was it. That was the life. There was no like go to places with people. There was no going to events. Like she hated like when like she'd get invited over for like a Christmas party or or same thing like me. She don't want to go to a bunch of places with a bunch of people that she don't talk to and hang out. Like she just like wanted her safety the way she had it, and that was it. Like I feel like I get a lot of my personality from what she would do. Like I skipped my buddy's Christmas party last month because there was like 20 some people there going that I didn't know, and I didn't want to be around a bunch of strangers, so I didn't go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I didn't go to the our recent office holiday situation as well. I was like, "Aunt, you going?" Aunt was like, "I ain't going." Then I'm like, "I'm not going either," because I gotta have. In some situations, I need an anchor. I just do, and I know that about myself, and I recognize that in myself. And in that situation, plus, we ain't been together as an office in forever. Yeah. There's no way I could have dealt with that.
I'm older and I want to feel comfortable. Like, I'm not looking to put myself in uncomfortable situations just because, like, cool, I go over there and I know 4 of the 30 people here. I talk to them each for a couple minutes, then what? I'm stuck, like, sitting awkwardly on the couch by myself because I'm single and, like, everyone else is, like, married. And then now I'm stuck having awkward conversations with strangers that I don't want to have. When I could just like not show up and not have to put myself through this.
On this, I have to fully disagree with you because I've been to situations with you.
I do it, but I don't like it. It's like being a chameleon.
You're so good at it.
I know, and that's part of the problem because, like,
it's don't mean they want to do it.
Yeah, it's like being in a video game, and in order to get through that level, you got to power up, but you only have so much power bar to get through it.
I know. We've talked about it.
It fucking drains my soul.
Yeah.
Like
it is I wonder if your grandmother and both you might just have a slight bit of agoraphobia. And this pandemic certainly did not help if that is the case. Because then it's just like, oh, you gonna let me be a hermit now, legally, officially? Then motherfucker, I'm going to hermit.
Like, and I like certain aspects of the office work life. Yeah. But having to go in every day and be around everyone was fucking taxing. And when they told us that we didn't have to go anymore, I was like, thank God. This covers what I'm asking you or discuss with you right now. I think life shouldn't be taxing like that. I think it's like, I look at it like I have like a certain social meter. And I'm cool being with people that I'm familiar with or I'm comfortable with for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. And then once that like amount of time hits, I'm ready to fucking go. But with work, you can't just fucking go. You have to be there until the end of your shift. So like, even though I want to leave at 2, I'm stuck until 6. And then, with work, you can't tell people to leave you the fuck alone or like, can you just not talk to me right now or whatever? Because then, it's what's wrong. And then you're a problem because then you're bringing everyone else down because you're being sour or you have an attitude. When in reality, you just want to be left the fuck alone to do what you got to do. But they don't look at it like that because then it's like, well, everyone else is happy and talking. Why aren't you happy and talking? Like, I'm happy not talking, but you won't let me not talk. You want to drag me into whatever it is you all got going on, but I'm just trying to focus on what I'm doing.
Like I said, that is I wonder how healthy that is. Or if it is healthy at all.
I think it's just a personality trait.
Yeah, but I think it could be, but also it's like it's kind of your what you've made your normal. And what if that is not actually normal? And I'm not saying it is or is not. I'm asking, what if that's a problem that needs to be addressed, as opposed to accepted as normal?
It's not just work though. Like
I know, like, which is why I'm saying, what if that's a problem and needs to be addressed and is not normal?
During this pandemic, I've kind of felt like, especially lately, like I've definitely lost a percentage of being able to deal with people and being able to like to talk and feel normal in situations. Like this pandemic has exacerbated that. Like I can talk to you guys.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
I can talk to you guys, but once it get past that, like I can talk to my mother, but once it gets past that now, like I've had years and years of putting on that, oh hey everybody, hello, but I don't know if I can do that anymore. Like when I'm around a bunch of people, like I put my head down, I'll grab my phone and stuff. I I'm I just don't have it anymore. Like I faked it for years, but now that I've been at
Mm-hmm.
home, I don't know if I can fake it. When like my kids had baseball and I had to be about a bunch of people, I felt like I was fucking choking. Like my like I could like I my throat got all dry and my wind felt like it was getting cut off. It's just not it's I know it's not normal. I know it's something that I should probably get help with, but it's not something I have to deal with every day, so it's been okay.
Like I think it's
Okay.
like people are naturally social creatures, but I feel like the two different personality types do it in a different way. Where like an extrovert they get energy from interaction, whereas introvert interaction drains them. And I consider myself an introvert. Like, yes, I can display extroverted tendencies when I need to, but it's not my comfort zone, and it's never been
Yeah.
my comfort zone. It was more of a defense to get people to leave me alone by being nice, because then when you're gruff, then people like look at you like you're a problem or something. Whereas nice, like it's a few minute interaction, and then they usually go away. But like every time you do that, your bar goes down, you know, and
I
it like
you have always explained it that way, but for the first time right now, to me, I don't know what has opened my eyes to this perspective all of a sudden. I am concerned for both of y'all currently that this is a problem that should be addressed rather than just a personality quirk. And I'm
I
not
know
saying that it's
for
true. I could be dead ass wrong. But if I'm not wrong, if I am on point and I'm thinking this way for a motherfucking reason, then I would want y'all to be helped. I would want y'all to not be pushing with this if you don't have to be, because life is short, and to live out your days like in a state of what seems to be kind of despair almost.
it's
You
not
know,
despair
and again,
because
this is my perspective, not yours. That's
okay.
all I'm saying. Don't take that as I'm saying your life is fucked up. I'm saying I'm worried that y'all
well,
are getting down like this.
I think you're missing out on like one key element though. Is like it's not that like I won't do anything. It's just that I pick and choose what I want to do,
The
rather
comfort
than
level has
feeling
to be
like,
there.
yeah, I have to feel comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't just do whatever. Like I feel obligated anymore to go to everything I'm invited to all the time just because someone invited me. I'm more willing to be like, you know what, I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Well, like I still like I go to bowling now, you know. And I've gone to a game night at my buddies a couple weeks ago. You know, a handful of people. Met you guys for lunch the other day. I'm going Saturday with a buddy for a day trip. Like I'll be, going to Michigan. You know, like
I love
my
that could be the
buddies are
new turn
talking
of
about
phrase.
yeah, my buddies are talking about getting together on Sunday for a poker game. Like I might go to that. So it's not like I'm not doing shit, but it's just like I pick and choose what I want to do where I feel comfortable and something I'll enjoy and be happy with. I don't feel the need to like placate everybody all the time now.
Where my concern lies with for you in particular is that if you're only fucking around with people you know, that means you're not meeting new people. And I want you to meet new people. Just do, because I know what comes with that.
I am meeting new people though. I met new people on my bowling team this year. I met 3 new people. Like,
That's more than me.
I mean, but like, how many fucking people do I need to know? Like,
yeah.
I have 3 text chat or 3, or actually no, now I'm in fucking 5 group chats every day. Like, I open up my phone, I have 4 Facebook messages groups going. I have 2 Instagram chats going. I know they're not like in my fucking room, like my physical space, but
I
like
hear you.
these are all people that I talk to every day. Like, I know a lot of people. Like, I just don't feel the need to be around them all the time. And sometimes too, like when you're around them, you just want them to fucking go away. Like, you know, sometimes
that's the part where I'm like, no, that's not it at all.
I mean,
I
honestly,
don't. It's like, but again, this is me being a worrywart. Doesn't come up too often. I'm telling you right now, I'm concerned with it. I've shared it with you, and you do it just well.
You ever been watching a movie and then someone else keeps trying to talk to you while you're watching the movie?
Do you know who I love? Come on, man.
That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like I'm sick of their presence. I'm talking about sometimes just the way that they interact with what I'm trying to do makes me want them to go the fuck away because they're taking away from what I'm trying to do or the way I'm trying to do it. That's what I mean.
And as for you, Ant, like I said, you just said out loud, you know, it's kind of an issue, and I know it will be addressed when you feel like you need to address it.
I do feel like Dan's doing better than me because I'm not in no bowling league, and I'm not meeting. I haven't met new people in years, and honestly, I'm probably not going to. Like, I feel like I'm able to, like, muster up. Like, I know for a fact. I'm not gonna. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure. About 5 years ago, I had a nervous breakdown. I'm pretty sure about it. Now that I know a little bit and I read about it, I know I probably had a nervous breakdown. And like I'm able to, like, during that time I wasn't able to do anything. Like I had to, like, get myself together to take care of, like, my 1.5-year-old. Like luckily I wasn't working at that time, and like I had the space to get my mind together, and like but at the same time it's like it's not too much stuff I have to do anyway. Like when it comes to, like, doing stuff for my kids and stuff, or like going to meet the principal, or like I'm able to do those things. But like large crowds, I don't like them anymore. I don't. Like, and like as far as like for years, I hate to bring race into it, but like as a black guy, I've always had to be on at work. I had to be, like, respectable and be able to talk to people, and like at first it was just like something, like, luckily I had somebody like you at work where I could just talk normally to. Like, but then I had to always be like, you know, the other people around, I had to pretend and be upbeat because I know for a fact it was like when I first was there, it's like, hey, you're not saying anything, and like, you don't make people comfortable by not saying anything. So I had to get that up, and well, today I said 4 words. Tomorrow I'll say 5 or 6. So like over the years I was able to build that up, but now I don't have to do that anymore. I don't like that role of Anthony has that season of that show came to an end. So like, being around a lot of people isn't my favorite thing. It's not.
That's another thing too that scares me about, like, the state of the world right now, because like I don't want to have to start over again and have to put that mask back on and get out there and like tap dance and, oh gee golly willikers, gents, I'm so happy to be here today. Like, not that I'm like unhappy to be alive or anything like that, but like I want to like do what I'm comfortable with, and like I don't want to have to pretend again. Like pretending sucked. Like there were so many times I wanted to quit.
I feel like if things don't work out where we are, I kind of feel like I want to go into like more of like a labor intensive job where I can focus on that instead of having to talk to people and like, more like I'll probably like work for UPS or something like that.
I literally had the same thought the other day. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could just go deliver for Amazon or do something like in a warehouse or something. Like just go do some shit where like I don't necessarily have to talk to anyone, but I'm getting shit done.
Yeah, I like completing goals, and like working at when I worked at the post office. It was such a perfect job for me. Like now, I can see it being even more perfect when I can have a little earbud in my ear throwing mail all day. Like that would be perfect for me. Like seeing like me, okay, that bin is empty. It's not empty anymore because I filled that bin. Like it would be good. Like the only thing that would suffer, and like me and my kids were just talking about this last night. Like if I did another job, I wouldn't be able to be here for you. Like now, I'm able to stop what I'm doing at a moment's notice to go do whatever you need me to do. Because my son said you should go be a janitor. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was just like, because they need a janitor at my school. I was like, if I was a janitor at your school, like I wouldn't be able to chill with you. What are you talking about? He's like, I guess. But yeah, that's the goals they have for me to be a janitor.
Your son would do the old fake throw up thing where you get the can of soup and dump it on the floor like he used to tell me to do at work.
Yeah.
Tell him you threw up.
Yeah, I don't think I will. Like, you know what? I don't think it would be a terrible job, but it's just not a job for me at this point. Maybe in a couple years, though.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Daniel. I'm sorry I worry about y'all. That is who I am, and it is who I will always be. So deal with it. I just have to love y'all, and that's how my love shows up sometimes.
Well, I'm glad you're the only person that loves us that listens to this podcast.
That's why I asked what the voicemails were coming up, because I was like, oh man, who did I piss off now?
my gosh. To, like, I think one episode when Ashley 3 Classy was on many years ago.
Yeah. No, my mom listens apparently with my big bro, and she doesn't like that I have such a potty mouth. And I'm sorry, I got a potty mouth, Mama. But I love you, and I thank you for listening.
I don't think you've really been cussing that much.
Oh my God, bro! Trust me, I'm the one who puts these things together. It was so much F. We was like F ciphering last week for whatever reason, man. I was like, why are we throwing that word around so much? I was taken aback by it. I was like, wow, we are really over here dropping these gems right now. And I was like, what is making us do that? And I feel like we fed off each other's energy. So it was one that we just all kept doing it afterwards. I was like, that is hilarious.
That's fucking crazy.
It really is. It's not really much popping in my life. You know what I'm saying? I took some time off from work. I'm for the next few days. Vanessa's birthday is tomorrow, Friday the 13th. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you'll hear this next week and we'll be like, oh, hey, have belated in your mind. And that's good. And I promise you that's good enough. And so I got out today. I got her cake ordered. I also have a cake ordered from her sister, but her sister's good about that shit. And I don't doubt that she's going to come through with this cake at some point. However, because I didn't pay for it and she would not give me the option to pay for it, then the reality of it is that's a favor that could or could not happen. Okay. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because it ain't nothing on the line for them. Like, well, yeah, you said you do it, but that don't mean you have to do it because it's not a transaction. Had I paid for it, it was a transaction, and then you know what I'm saying, and then she's forced to either do it or give back my money. And so I don't know, maybe, but Vanessa was like, I want this cake, and I'm like, got you. And so one has been requested and one has been ordered. One will definitely be here tomorrow. One may be here tomorrow. so that's what's up with that. I know this is going to seem strange, but I'm gonna share it with you, and y'all to understand it. The rest of y'all, I truly don't care if you understand it. So I got my shelves, my records on, right? Mm-hmm. It's a very specific color that they don't make no more. For whatever reason, I was just looking at IKEA the other day. And I come across a different style of shelving that people use for records. It's called the Eket, EKET, but it's in that color.
Nice.
So I was like, fuck it, order 4 of them hoes. I got that gray turquoise colorway, and so I'm going to build them probably this weekend at some point. It's tomorrow's Vanessa's birthday. It's really more Vanessa Day, and figure it out. And I was talking to Xander about it today. He was like, you know what? You probably just put them on top of that and you'll just be 3 levels tall. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, maybe this way, but he go, don't go that way because you know the dog be in that corner all the time. I'm like, you're right. And
so you ordered them and they
right.
shipped them. IKEA is always funny about shipping stuff. Right before Christmas, I wanted to get my youngest son a stuffed octopus.
Yeah.
One ship it. Now, a couple weeks after Christmas, I think it was available.
Of course.
But now his tooth is getting loose at the bottom. So Tooth Fairy, that'll probably be his first Tooth Fairy gift.
Nice. They when I was on the site, it was like last chance to get this color, and I was like, oh, okay, so this color is going away yet again. So I was like, let me jump on it and just cop them shits. And it was I was like, Vanessa, you want to go to Columbus because we might make an IKEA run, but then it was like shipping was $25. I was like, well, I'd spend more than that in gas. I'll just let them ship it. Fuck it. But I was very close to getting down the road for an IKEA trip, which I haven't done since the last time Box and I drove over IKEA, which was actually just coming back from Tennessee, and we just stopped at IKEA. So I think that might be the last time I went to IKEA. So it's been a couple of years.
No, we all went to IKEA together in Detroit.
In Michigan, didn't we? Yeah, we're life. So, okay. Well, that was definitely the last time I went to IKEA. And that was the worst IKEA ever. So fuck that IKEA. We don't think about it because it was the worst IKEA ever.
I mean, it's the only IKEA I've ever bought anything at so far. So for me, it was the most transactional IKEA.
It ain't like it's not like I didn't walk out of that bitch with a lot of like candy and treats and other shit. So it's like, come on, man.
Pillows and pillowcases and towels.
Towels, yeah. I still got them towels. Shit. Or no, I still got. Well, I don't know. I still got some of them towels. So
yeah, but we just washed the bath mat the other day that I bought. Not for the first time. It's been washed plenty of times since. But you know, it's still up there getting stepped on.
But otherwise, it's like I said, it's not really a great deal popping in the life of T that needs to be addressed. We'll go out that later, so no worries about that. So that having been said, let's step on down to the mean streets of Reddit. Visit the subreddit. Am I the asshole? For some delightful Am I the asshole good times. I'll give you 3 this week, and I'm actually going to give you all 3 of them. No one has to vote on anything.
Oh.
But I will read them all off to you, and y'all can decide. Here, I'll let you vote on which one goes first. How about that? Am I the asshole for buying my daughter a locked storage bin? Am I the asshole for wanting to end this relationship? Am I the asshole for proving that my son has no peanut allergy?
That's the one I want to hear first.
All right, then that is where we start. Am I the asshole for proving that my son has no peanut allergy? Throwaway. I, 47 female, have a son, Jack, 24 male, who was dating Neil, 24 male. They lived together until recently. Neil and I got along pretty well, and a few weeks ago we were on the phone, and I talking about the food. It leads to Neil talking about how concerned he is about the food he gets and brings home. What with Jack's peanut allergy? This really confused me because Jack does not have a peanut allergy at all. He grew up eating peanuts, PB&J, Reese's, you name it, without issue. And I know he's had it as an adult too. I told Neil that Jack has no allergy and he didn't believe me. And the conversation changed because I think we both felt kind of awkward. I spoke to Jack about this too, and he claimed that he must have gotten it later in life. I asked if he actually had a reaction and what the symptoms were, and he clammed up. Over the holidays, I made a cake. I bake for a living, as I always do, and Jack and Neil were there. I had Reese's in it and did not say anything. I'm already mad at this woman. Guess who had a bunch, loved it, and had no reaction whatsoever? Jack. I ain't say anything because I didn't want to cause drama over the holidays. I know how bad that sounds. I know how bad that probably sounds if he did have a reaction, but I knew with 100% certainty he wouldn't. But texted him the other day that the cake had Reese's in it and that he clearly was fine, so there is no peanut allergy. Later, Neil is texting me furious and called me an asshole from the ER saying that Jack had a reaction after I texted him. And I explained to him that's not how allergies fucking work. He had that cake over 2 weeks ago and only reacted when he knew what was in it. Finally, it clicked in Neil's head, and the doctor confirmed that there was literally nothing wrong with Jack at all. Jack and Neil got in a massive fight over this. There is now a $900 ER bill to pay, and Neil is not paying it, and he moved out. Jack is still insisting he is allergic and has called me an asshole and that I destroyed his relationship. I told him he should not have lied, but screamed over the phone that he screamed over the phone. Wait a minute. I told him he should not have lied, but screamed over the phone that he is not lying. Okay, I guess that's how she wrote that. Was it wrong of me to do this? I thought I was trying to make a point and prove that he was lying to his partner, but I really didn't. Wait a minute. Is that what that bitch wrote? I'm sorry. Was it wrong of me to do this? I thought I was just trying. Yeah, you did write that. I thought I was just trying to make a point and prove that he was lying to his partner. But I really did not think things would go this so out of hand. At the end of it all, I just feel sad and that maybe this was stupid and I should have minded my own business.
That is always the option.
That wrapped up as it should have. Man, I really thought that lady last week who was trying to not let her man see the baby, was the height of asshole. But this is this man's mama. It just set him all the way up.
Is this the asshole of the year so far?
Man, we should try to keep track of that.
I still think that
that woman is definitely the woman who tried to not let her man see his child be born was certainly the asshole.
So this is number two. Number two.
Yeah, but real close. I mean, like neck and neck. Yeah, you're an asshole, and probably kind of the reason I'm saying this person might be the worst type of asshole is that's this dude's mama. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Also, you straight up could have killed him. I know you like to think he didn't have a peanut allergy, but
people do.
I remember my brother saying he had asthma, and I was like, you don't got asthma. My brother does have asthma. I just didn't know my brother had asthma. And he could have been, real messed up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This man, I realize he does not have a peanut allergy, so look at the dice there. But, bro.
Can you imagine if they did?
Yeah. That's that's one of those deadly type things. That's not something that it's EpiPens and ambulances and shit. That's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to take a risk on your child with.
I remember a comedian. I don't remember which comedian. I just remember seeing this joke clip where they're talking about how airplanes don't serve peanuts anymore because of people with allergies or whatever. Yeah. But he's like, what I like to do sometimes is I like to bring out my own peanuts and then I tuck it into the seats so that they don't find them. And then I'm just like, so you're telling me right now that you're willing to like commit like murder?
I mean,
it's a joke.
Joke, yeah.
But still, like the premise is like, I like to commit murder on people because I want my peanuts.
Yeah, most schools are peanut free now.
Yeah.
So those kids will never know the joy that we got to experience of the peanut butter and jelly graham cracker sandwiches.
God damn, that's the reason why they don't make them no more. It gotta be.
Damn.
Either way,
we're learning so much tonight about ourselves.
Yeah, it's that divine wisdom. Either way, yeah, you're an asshole, and you know you an asshole. That's why you was at the end like, I mean, I didn't know it was gonna go this bad. So why you fucking you know what I'm saying, downing your kid out? That's fucked up. Don't you do that? Don't you?
Used to be my ace, not one
smack the taste out your mouth. This is like still live. Like this bad boy is still hot. It is comments being made. Like I don't think I've been in one of these before where it's still like I'm getting notifications at the top of the screen saying more people are typing in there and commenting. So nothing pink so far. But let's go with
somebody with a title.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. Let me find somebody who is. I see what we're getting down to. Okay, so here actually I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with a little bit of everything. So this one says everyone sucks here, but my mom is allergic to peanuts. Except her reaction is an extremely upset stomach afterwards, not your typical swelling reaction. So who knows? You shouldn't have gotten involved though. But Jack is weird for lying. Okay, cool. Here's another one. Not the asshole. Your son's a hypochondriac, it sounds like. Okay, if that's it, if he's a hypochondriac who believed he had an allergy and believed he was having a reaction, that's a disorder and could be addressed as such. So that's also a thing. And this person just says, you're the asshole. You would never know with 100% certainty that he didn't develop an allergy later in life. This seems like a weird gamble for a mother to make to prove a point, which is something we just said. I don't know if he's lying to his partner purposefully or if he legitimately thinks he developed an allergy. Either way, why is it your job to interfere and prove that he doesn't have an allergy? What do you gain from that? And that's where I'm at in this.
Yeah. So, like, you can have a food sensitivity that's not necessarily an allergy. Like, if I go ham on almonds, my stomach is feeling like I'm in shreds. Like, that shit hurts. But if I have a couple, I'm cool.
Okay.
If I drink too much pineapple juice, the roof of my mouth it's like crazy. But I can have a little bit and I'm fine. So a food sensitivity is essentially an allergy, but it's not life threatening. It could just make you feel discomfort. You need to chill, mama.
That was upsetting. I'm sorry, y'all. That would have me mad and sad and so forth and so on. You ruined this man's life on some old. He ain't got no allergies. Fuck you.
Yeah, during a sleepover, my nephew who's allergic to peanuts, his friends didn't believe him and put peanut butter on his body while he was sleeping and almost fucking killed him. So that's always been like a button for me. Is like, if you got something, just let it by. They say they're allergic to it. Chill.
For sure. I don't know if I'm allergic to plantains, but I know when I have plantains, they make my tongue itch. You know what I'm saying? So, just saying.
Does that mean I'm allergic to watermelon?
It literally causes you a headache, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. You have some sort of sensitivity to it. So I don't know if it causes an allergy or not, but
yeah, it was always watermelon and candy apples. I can never eat them without getting fucked up.
Red candy apples or caramel apples?
Caramel apples. Like not like the sucker sticks, but like apples with the caramel on them.
I know, but they make the red ones with basically they covered in red hots, basically like candy apples.
No, like the ones with the caramel on them.
Okay. Matter to say, am I the asshole for buying my daughter a locked storage bin? I heard this one on TikTok. It's one of the ones where they showing Subway Surfer and a computer reads it. And I was like, I need to discuss this one with the fellas. So this is where I pulled this one from. So for once, it's come the other way. It's come full circle. TikTok is giving me one to share with y'all.
Nice. Thank you, TikTok.
Salt to the good. I, 53 male, have a daughter, 17 female, who I recently brought this big storage container for that locks. The reason being, our daughter has a job and likes buying her own food and snacks for herself. The problem is that her mom invites her aunt, uncle, and cousins over all the time. And ever since she started buying her snacks and leaving them in the pantry, they'd eat them without consulting her. She asked them many times to not eat them, but they didn't listen. For reference, she likes to order snacks from other countries as a way to broaden her horizons. She's also linguistically gifted and like to try and read labels to help expand her vocabulary. These snacks can take weeks to get after she orders them again, and by then her current snacks are gone. My wife didn't do anything, saying that since our daughter kept them in the pantry, they're for everyone. She moved them to her room, and her cousins would go in when she wasn't and take them. I went to a hardware store and brought a big container with a lock, and for extra measure, I brought extra locks and drilled holes so that they could be used. Our daughter cried and thanked me because it was pretty expensive and not something she could afford. Of course, the cousins went to get more snacks and threw a fit when they saw it and realized the snacks were in there. They told their parents and they told my wife, and she's not happy with me, saying that our daughter should share her snacks with family and she's being selfish and will get fat.
Oh.
Yeah. Our daughter is
3 of the year.
Yeah. Our daughter is incredibly fit, does multiple sports and exercises all the time. She's far from unhealthy. I told my wife I told my wife she could order her own, and our daughter was happy to tell her where to order them. But she didn't like that either and told her that the chest needs to go and that I should have consulted her on buying the bin in the first place. Am I the asshole? Edit. The relatives are our daughter's cousin and aunt and uncle. They are my sister in law, brother in law, and nephews. And sister in law is my wife's sister, to clear up any confusion. The pantry is also fully stocked with food. No one is going hungry and eating our daughter's snacks because they have to. I don't really believe you had to clarify that, but thank you for that. This person an asshole, y'all?
Not at all. They're like dad of the year.
It's real clear that this person's okay. And I have to wonder what kind of family would come in somebody else's house eating up their food and then be mad that they couldn't eat up all their food. That's fucked up. That's wild.
All in-laws.
I never felt like I could go over someone else's house and just start taking their shit. Like, I feel weird when I come over like your house and you're like, oh, you can just go in the fridge. I'm like, real? You sure?
I asked before I go in your fridge too, so I'm with you. It is something we were brought up on and taught. I guess it seems respectful that you would ask before you did, and so they initially, I guess maybe they, I don't know, they didn't say that they asked at all. It seemed like they was like, oh, when I go to Aunt Jackie's house, I know I'm about to eat good.
It's going down.
Yeah. Yes, the house with the good snacks. She got the koalas with the chocolate filling.
Yeah, and strawberry and vanilla.
Those are so fucking good.
Oh, or the worst part is, this matcha puh. I'm wasting this shit.
I've really come to enjoy matcha snacks.
Matcha's okay.
Yeah. I'm no Yusong Lu. I'm not gonna be buying you matcha ice cream for a discussion on ice cream, but otherwise,
I just think I enjoy Asian food a lot.
Exactly. They make interesting snackage, and it's normally not overly sweet. Their savory should be overly
seasoned sometimes.
Yeah, they really go hard. But of course,
I tell you, I go for some Korean fried chicken right now.
Oh man, it's a ghost kitchen that opened up somewhere where they got some S. Johnson tried some Korean fried chicken I want to try. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe today, because today is 36 minutes away from now.
We ain't crossed over quite yet. We got a couple of Go in the Dark pink comments. And there's one between, so I might as well just read all these three in a row. This is Trey Mick 666, certified proctologist. Is his title in this particular form. Your wife is well out of line. So this person might be English. Your wife is well out of line, mate.
Well out of line, man.
How dare she take your daughter's things? Your daughter works for those treats. Your wife has no right to steal them and has no right to advocate her other family members steal them. Also, the fat remark, just ugh. You did the right thing. You are not the asshole. Now, this comment I'm going to read you is not pink, but it's sandwiched between two pink comments. And this is by Heavy Sands 5228, also a certified proctologist. It cannot be emphasized enough how important it is that the OP's daughter has a parent like him in her corner, especially since his wife clearly isn't. He got a little silver, but he ain't popping like the rest of these. And this one is from Pass the Username, who does not have a title in this particular form. Yeah, hijacking comments for OP to see this. Maybe also a lock for your daughter's room. Why are they allowing themselves in there when she's not here? That's not okay. So, you should probably get a lock for your kid's door if and so forth. But if that's, like I said, if that's a step too far removed, it's okay. You're not wrong for it. You came with another solution, that is a locked cabinet to keep your snacks safe, and that is okay.
I wish I knew what website she got them snacks from.
Oh, you know what? Give me just a second. Oddly enough, I can get you that because I myself had clicked on this user's name, and other people had asked that question. So let me click on his name again and see if I can snag some of his comments.
I know I could have been the only one.
Info, what snacks does your daughter buy? I'm looking for Rex, and of course, you're not the asshole. I know she has a Bokksu, Bokksu subscription for a long time and often orders her favorites along with getting a box every month. The snacks are cheap from my understanding, but the shipping isn't.
Yeah, because that stuff comes straight from Japan.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if anything else is in there.
I've seen them be like YouTube sponsors for some channels I've watched before.
Bokksu snack box. Let's shop. Let's see your first box and see how much it's good. If you so they have levels. If you were just to get, if you go on the 1 month plan, the box is $50. If you buy a 3 month plan, it's $45.99 per box. 6 month plan, $43.99 per box, and if you went on the 12 month plan, it's $40 per month. So that's it's not bad, not bad. I found Lee for Christmas. I World Market had a Hello Kitty style snack box like this, and he has been slowly but surely coming like, oh hey, I tried something else for my box today, and it was this strawberry wafer fish. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you know what I'm saying? Or it looked like one of those toys, sticky slap hands, but it was actually made of candy.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was, and that box was, I think, $40. I didn't feel too bad about it. Like I said, I was Christmas shopping at the time, so I just like, cool.
I need to hit up the Asian market downtown. I haven't been there in a long time.
Oddly enough, the sister we were just talking about earlier when we were talking about cakes was at the one tonight. She was there tonight. How funny! It just happened to, because she sent Vanessa a picture of chicken feet flavored crisp. Very, very highly specific little situation, but yeah. So yeah, this person's not the asshole, and that's where he's getting this. That's where his daughter's getting their snacks from
Bokksu.
Bokksu, yeah. All right, and you know what? I will throw the Bokksu link in the. They are not an advertiser. This is not us putting on anybody, but I will gladly throw that link in the show notes in case you think you're interested in getting down with them.
Bokksu.
Yes, Bokksu. Last one. Am I the asshole for wanting to end this relationship? First, a bit of backstory about myself, 21 female. Growing up, I've always been sort of alien. I'm very stiff and an expressive person, and people have constantly remarked for as long as I can remember that I'm like a monotone robot. That being said, I've also never been into having many friends or having romantic relations. I'm very reserved and rarely voice my feelings, nor have I ever had a heart-to-heart with the acquaintances I do have. Now, in my culture, being in a relationship is expected. That being said, 2 weeks ago, I entered a relationship, 29 male, simply due to societal pressure. However, within the short time, I've been extremely uncomfortable, whereas I prefer to keep to myself, quiet, and in general, I could be described as aloof. He's overly affectionate, constantly wanting to talk on the phone, on phone call, etc. It's way too much for me, and absolutely not what I'm interested in. All it does is irritate me. And I have mentioned several times that I don't like the constant attention and out of place praises. He said that's just how he is. At first, I was simply going to suck it up and just get over it. However, it's quickly progressed to a point to causing me a lot of emotional distress. A week ago, I had enough, and I explained my feelings to him and how uncomfortable I was feeling, and how I think he should find someone more compatible. I laid everything on the table and said everything I had to say. After this, we had one more in-depth discussion, and I clarified points he had been confused about. He said that it was too soon, and we should keep being together for at least a month, in case my mind changed. Despite being 99% sure my mind wouldn't be changed, I agreed. However, in the week since then, he's just gotten pushy. Every day he wants to keep talking about me not wanting to be in a relationship and how I've changed so much since we first met. He keeps asking for an explanation, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of explanation he wants. I stated everything I had to say, all my thoughts regarding this in my original talk with him. He got pushy for intimacy and was adamant that such would change my mind, which no, it absolutely would not. I went from feeling just uncomfortable and awkward to feeling completely suffocated. I no longer want to wait the aforementioned 1 month. I'm really fighting myself to not just immediately leave the relationship. We don't live together. I understand it was wrong for me to agree to be in a relationship, but I didn't realize I would feel such strong negative emotions and about it. And I don't really think I deserve to be punished for either. Am I just being unempathetic ass for wanting out, even though it's only been 2 weeks? Am I the asshole?
No.
Yeah, just leave. Like, better to get out now than to like realize 2 years later that you didn't want to do it.
Two things I draw from this, and we'll get in the comments, and maybe somebody else has drawn from this. By the way she talks, I think this person may be asexual. I think they may not be trying to get down with anybody in life like that. And could be both. Might be slightly autistic, just somewhere along the spectrum. And if they don't like, that's not how they want to be affectionate to somebody. That's not how they play the game of affection. And they may not even recognize it themselves yet. And no, they're in no way, shape, or form are they the asshole. They are simply aware that this ain't it, Chief. And that's fine to know. That's actually probably good to know that and like Bach said, to discover that and to recognize it early enough is smart. Wow, you know what? I pulled this and so I didn't realize I had pulled it so soon that there weren't any comments on it. I'm gonna refresh it and see if whatever this was. And in the time since I pulled it initially, the person who posted it deleted it. Forgive me. So there were never any comments on it. So that one just died a death. I hope she knew that she wasn't wrong. Also, the person not only did they delete their comment, they deleted themselves. They got out of Reddit. User deleted. They shut it all the way down. But nah, you good. Yeah, you'll never hear this, but I don't know if by some way chance you do, know that you are okay.
I think that was another episode of The Office.
Is that an episode of The Office that I'm unaware of?
No, it was an episode of Am I the Asshole? Where they were talking about.
I know, I remember that, but I'm saying, I was like, is there an episode of Office where somebody was like, I ain't trying to date? Or I mean, I guess probably so. It's actually very much a part of The Office, but still. Oh my goodness! In the realm of entertainment, I am stuck fully, and I don't care on Horizon Forbidden West. It is so good. I'm over here doing side missions right now. That is my current realm. I've almost cleared all the side missions that I currently have. So then I'll probably go on to the next actual mainline mission. But that is what I've been on. Hold on. I actually wrote down my entertainment for the week. Let me close this because I don't need it. It's only two things. It's like I said, it's that and it's Abbott. And Abbott Elementary is so funny. That first episode, back from a break when my man's dad came through, asked if he wanted to join. So a joke they set up was that the school has a garden, and that the one teacher, his father is a landscaper, and of course, so he's very good at gardening. And the teachers who are trying to garden are awful at it, just terrible at it. And so he's been on the humble tending to this garden this whole time. And it finally came out to them that he has been the one taking care of that garden. And it was everything about that show is so well written, and it's so super funny. And of course, it won several Golden Globes the other night. Put some respect on it.
I don't think I got to that episode yet. I'm still on the reading one. And the funny joke that keeps on paying off is when Shirley Ralph character keeps on naming celebrities wrong.
Oh, see, that's a different. Oh, wait a minute. Was that because I just watched the reading one, and that's a different one. So maybe we get a couple of reading ones this year.
Well, the reading competition.
Yeah, it was the reading competition between her and the lady that had on the Scarlet Witch costume.
Oh, so yeah. So I think it's just two different episodes. Yeah. Either way, Shirley Ralph is fantastic. Because on one and then, like so one of these episodes, she came in and these girls was fighting and she came in. What she yell? She yelled, "Earth, wind, and fire! What is going on?" It's so good, man. And it's such a good line read, and I love her, and I love Ava. What's her face?
Janelle James.
Janelle James. It's all just very good, and
Man,
they have oddly enough they have a podcast episode, and it's so funny, man. Like I said, I happen to like I said just watched the two I was behind on, and they are both really, really wonderful episodes. That show is fantastic. It has already been renewed for a third season. Of course, that they got that announced the night after it won a bunch of Golden Globes. So it's kind of like, yeah, you kind of got to keep a show like that on.
man, just to think, maybe maybe even 2 years ago, we probably could have had Janelle James on this show. Because I used to talk to her, like, talk back and forth to her regularly on her like about her podcast and stuff. Man,
Who knew? Maybe.
because like the way she we were talking back and forth, and she was like, man, like we had got cool, and then after that she blew up.
Hey, just you know what I'm saying? It's the black guy who tips bump.
Oh yeah.
Too many people get down with them and then blow up afterwards. It's like it's dope. I fuck with it.
Her Rasani, probably some other people I ain't named.
There you go. There you go. What about y'all? What y'all get down with? I know you said you was continuing your Showtime Lakers book.
Yes. And also like I've been in training this week, so that cuts out a lot of my my TV time during the week. Like I finished watching Flipper Flop. Like that show's over. That was like a very awkward ending to that show. Like I said, I watched one episode of Abbott. I got one more to go. Oh yeah, we went to the movies and I went to go see is it Mindy? Yeah, we went to go see Mindy last week, which it was pretty funny. Like the writer of the show was on this Stephen King podcast I listened to, and I followed her ever since then. I'm like, man, let me check out that movie, and it was I think her name was Akilah Cooper. Yeah,
I was literally just looking at someone's Instagram story. The movie was Megan.
yeah,
Megan. I was like, Mindy. What the hell is Mindy about?
Yeah,
Megan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Danny Fernandez shared a screenshot of a Vanity Fair article that was posted today that says Megan screenwriter Akilah Cooper did not set out to invent a gay icon.
Man, is Megan going up like that?
It was. I'm not even like a big fan of the genre, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. Like I give it a C plus, maybe a B minus. Like people who were like into that genre would definitely give it an A. I might have got I might have fumbled the Mindy, but I did know Akilah Cooper, so I give myself
you messed up the easy part, but you nailed the hard part.
That's just me. That's just
I'm about to say that is if anything is that is it. Clean on all the hard parts. My man got them on lock. That's what's up.
But yeah, that was pretty much all my entertainment. Hopefully, this week I can knock out something, do some kind of documentary or something, what have you. But I am proud of my oldest son. He's been using my Libya account, and he's knocked out not only the Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, not only Fudge, but Super Fudge, but also Fudge Mania.
I never read Fudge Mania. I did read Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing. That book, like to this day, I'm still mad about that shit.
What happened?
That child swallowed his brother's turtle.
Oh man!
The turtle died, and they was mad at him for asking, having the audacity to ask, "Is my turtle okay?"
I must have missed that part because
Fuck Drexel Hatcher, aka Fudge. You think I remember? But I remember.
Fuzz was definitely a little asshole, and like it was this one part. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Fudge is a little asshole, and
I remember. I just saw today that they are doing a movie of "Are You There, Goddess Meet Margaret," which is another Judy Blume joint, and I remember they did she had wrote a offshoot. Whoever who was Peter's
Sheila?
Little Sheila, yeah, Sheila.
Incredible Tales of Sheila or something like that.
Yeah.
I get yet again. I'm probably fumbling that too, but it's about Sheila.
Yeah,
I did put that on hold as well. On Libby.
You got your boy reading some classics, man.
It was so crazy. It's like I'm pretty scared about one part that he was listening to Fudge Mania and they talk about Santa not being real, but he hasn't said anything to me about it yet. Because Peter's in like 6th or 7th grade, like Spud's only in 2nd, so they was talking about like fuck Santa shit, like Santa can eat a bag of dicks. Like Fudge can still believe in them, but I don't. So, yeah.
Right on. Daniel, what about you, man?
The usual as far as viewing is concerned, football playoffs are here now, and watching wrestling and basketball. Currently watching the Cavs as we speak. I will say, though, I canceled my upcoming HBO payment because I hadn't been watching anything on there. Once I finished House of Dragons, and my promotional period was going to be up this pay period coming up, so it was going to jump up a couple bucks.
Yeah.
So instead, I canceled that, and then I went and bought YouTube Premium. And it has made my YouTube experience. I know you told me years ago, and I pushed along as I could because it wasn't so bad, but it's gotten so much worse with the sheer amount of ads that they pump into every video that it was making YouTube almost. It was making it almost unwatchable. So now, like with YouTube Premium, YouTube's amazing again. Like I can't go back.
How much is YouTube Premium?
Like $11.99, $12.99, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It's worth it for the amount of YouTube I watch.
Yes. Because YouTube is pretty much my I don't talk about that on the show because it's such a standard operation. But I watch a lot of long form shit on YouTube that would be unusable if it were constantly being interrupted by ads. I simply couldn't be bothered. I wouldn't watch so much YouTube had I not gotten rid of YouTube ads at this point years ago. Just well worth it. And if you watch YouTube a lot, just go ahead. And
the problem is too that like not all ads on YouTube are created equal. Sometimes you'll get like a 6-second unskippable, and then sometimes there'll be like a 22-minute podcast with someone like putting their shit in, and it's like there was a couple times where like I would like put the sleep timer on the TV and I put a video on to play so that I could fall asleep to it, and it gets 2 minutes in, and then I look up and like it's like not what I was watching, and it's an ad, and it's like an ad that's like 48 minutes long.
Yeah, no.
So it's like now I don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah, I never knew that life. I just had basic YouTube commercials back in the day, and so what's funny is like my kids will tell me they'll go to somebody's house and they be trying to watch YouTube or something, and they're like, "I'm just spoiled, Dad. I'm sorry." And I'm like, "I'm sorry I have spoiled you in one regard, also, but I'm glad you know that ads is crazy and I'll be on some bullshit." I only see ads when I watch football at this point because I don't watch normal TV in any way, shape, or form, And so, yeah, advertising at this point is something I see when I watch the Super Bowl. That's wild. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, you know the deal, people. Holler at us, man. And in that regard, we got some people that hollered at us. So let me set us up so I can share it with my homies, and then I can share it with you, the listener. And let us get to that.
Bakers make the wrong show.
To you at home, no time at all has passed. To us, it was a little bit. I'm push play. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear it.
Hello, guys. This is William. You know my name. I guess this is my last comment for the last podcast of whatever year this is. Excellent as always. Keep up the good work. This comment is mostly for Box, and I'm going to use some lingo that I don't know anybody but Box would understand. And that is, I got to ask, when you did the tweet that angered all the folks about AEW, did anybody call you an E-drone? Because apparently that's the, if you're too favorable, and I don't think you were, but if anybody thinks you're too favorable to that other big promotion, that's what you get called. You get called an E-drone. And that's a wrestling Twitter, I guess, diss that that you hear when you're in the wrestling Twitter streets. There's E-drones, there's AEW sexuals. It's a whole thing. And if the rest of the guys don't know what those terms mean, that's probably for the better. The fanatics kind of ruin it for everybody, for people like, I guess, me and Box who watch, like what we like, and turn it off and go do other things. Why can't we all do that? Your viral isn't the same as my viral. I had some viral for me posts about wrestling, but much different than mine. My combined highest totals, their highest or most liked, most engaged tweets, less than 300 likes. But for me, that's pretty good. I'm partial to the one where I took a photo of an exclusive interview with Luther Vandross from a 1987 issue of WWF Magazine. And that's the one. It got less than like 80 likes, but I still like that one. That's probably my favorite one. So that's about this episode. A few episodes back, you guys are talking about baseball managers and ethnicities and nationalities. Now, I knew that Tito is Italian. I knew that, but I did not know that Lou Piniella is not Italian. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's apparently, this happened the same week I listened to your episode. Apparently not Italian. He's a Spaniard. And in fact, we're mispronouncing his name. I guess technically it's Iñaya.
Yeah.
I think his family pronounces it that way. I don't know if he does. He may have resigned himself to a lifetime of mispronunciation. I don't know. But, learn something new. Anyway, keep up the good work, and I'll be listening in the new year. All right?
Word to WJK for always sending us and showing us love. But wait.
Well, hold on. Before I want to respond.
Okay.
So no one called me that I remember. Like I definitely don't remember being called that. But I am so glad that he brought this up, because the wrestler that was signed that day, that made the whole announcement that I commented on that blew that thing up, he wrestled last night, and it is the first time I've seen him on TV since that day, since they signed him. That shit, they signed him over 2 months ago. What the fuck did I say that I said in that tweet? They would sign him, he would win one match, he'd disappear, then he'd come back months later with
a 23-1 record.
Yeah. When he walked out last night, his little tagline above his name said he's won 6 out of his last 7 matches. I'm like, where were they? Because I ain't seen his ass on TV, and I watch every week.
As always, if you know, you know, and Box knows, people. But wait, we got one more, and it's from our favorite.
Happy New Year, guys. I just called to wish you guys a happy New Year and to tell you I'm still enjoying y'all's show. And your guests from last year were amazing. I loved the interviews. I just loved everything. And I don't really listen to Am I the Asshole from other people because they talk too much over it, or either they just tell it. I like how you guys give your opinion before it sometimes and try to figure out who is the asshole or not. And Tatum always surprises me. I always think he's going to go one way, and instead he goes another. I think he does that on purpose just to mess with me. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So much has happened last year, and I've just listened to the shows over and over. I understand wrestling more because of lunch and music, because of what got talked about. And when you start the show, and I love Dave's kids and wife and the adventures that they're going on. And I just want to say I hope you guys have a great 2023. And I'm going to continue to listen and just laugh and enjoy and listen to y'all talk about penises a lot. I mean, a whole hell of a lot. Y'all talk about penises. I love you guys. This is April, and I'm going to stay crunchy in minutes. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
Sorry. Thank you both so very much, and thank you, April. And we have penises, and we're guys. We're gonna talk about penises. It's just a part of what we do. I don't know. What do the women talk about they bit like that with them amongst themselves?
That's what we need to do for 2023. Normalize penis conversation.
I mean, I think we've been normalizing penis conversations for a long time. Maybe we need to back off a little bit.
I'll let the shock factor wear off, and then when people are kind of used to it, can breathe again. Then we hit them again.
Yeah, we'll hit them again in 2000. Dick again in 2025.
We're gonna treat America like they're like a girlfriend that we're fighting with. We cutting the dick off.
No,
not literally.
I'm thinking we should do dicks like they did hymns. Like, sometimes they wide leg jeans. But this year we're bringing them back in. But we can let them flare back out next year.
We could do like no dick after Labor Day.
No dick after Labor Day. No white dicks after Labor Day.
I'm writing it down. April, you did that. I don't think we mentioned dicks at all this whole episode. You did this. You pulled this out of us.
Remember, it's the rule: no white dicks after Labor Day.
Hey, if you would like to leave us a message, and we'd certainly love to hear from you. Hit us up. 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. Guess what we learned this week about that phone number box on over there at Crimpetissier?
It cooks.
You can text that number, and yes, it does cook because we get down with it. You can text that number if you want to. You can send us a text. It'll come through just as normal. So if you are like worried that maybe you're going to stumble over your words and don't know how you would approach a voicemail, feel free to type something out to us, text message style, and boom, it shows up. Nothing to it, and we'll read it like we read it. We had some feedback over there at Crim Path this week that came via text message, and I thought that's pretty fucking snazzy. Because I didn't know they worked like that.
Was it your British correspondent lady again?
No, it was a different listener altogether. Oh, you know what? And while we talk about listener feedback in our IG, we have a listener who listens to Crim Pat, but also was like, I'm going to listen to more Skim. That is Miko. Miko hit me up to say that she listened to 474. She didn't hit me up. She hit the show up. Let's get that clear. She hit the Skim IG up and said, listening to 474, I got my Kirby Centria 2 back in 2014 or so for $175 from Craigslist. The complete system with the shampoo system and everything. The person was just a negligent owner. I brought it from their storage unit. I had to clean it up, but it was basically brand new and still going strong today. You should be checking out Facebook and eBay and shit for player price Kirby vacuums is what Miko told us. And I'm like, what? So trust, man. We on the hunt.
Yeah, you should send that video that you sent to us. It wasn't a Kirby, but the TikTok where the lady was like, the cleaning lady came to her house and she
the work.
Yeah, used the orc. It's like, no, ma'am. and then that orc kicked ass.
Yeah. So I dig it. And so thank you all for all of your commentary this week and so on. You are the dopest, and having people tell us what they think of what we do means we're not just talking to each other. And that's pretty dope. So, you know what it is. We'll see you next week. It'll be a lovely time, I swear. And until then, that is Tatum 216.
Good night from me and everyone who loves Batman, but not really.
That's Lushbox 2099.
Take me away.
And Tony Braxton, you know what I'm saying, together at last.
And again, and again.
I am the Interstellar 713. You just been podcasting, and I know you loved it. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.